If you derive joy in destroying others, you won't go far in life. The trouble is, you can shut your eyes, but you can't shut your mind. The men of old breathed clear down to their heels. The more powerful the class, the more it claims not to exist. Irrational expectations are at the root of most human suffering. Men do less than they ought unless they do all they can. Memory can make a thing seem to have been much more than it was. The greatest step towards a life of simplicity is to learn to let go. Judge your success by what you had to give up in order to get it. Being true to yourself is the greatest force to uncover the soul. Stop trying to create a new you around the same old people. Anything not worth doing is worth not doing well. Think about it. Generally in war, the best policy is to take a state intact. To ruin it is inferior to this. Don't let the fear of losing them keep you from loving them. There is no saint without a past, no sinner without a future. Law is made by the winner to preserve victory over the loser. Our moral economy went bankrupt long before our financial one. Don't be afraid of being different. Be afraid of being the same as everyone else. Don't be afraid to challenge the pros, even in their own backyard. Nothing truly valuable arises from ambition or from a mere sense of duty. It stems rather from love and devotion towards men and towards objective things. Adapt what is useful, reject what is useless, and add what is specifically your own. Bloom as if you want to make the whole world beautiful. I live in my own little world, but it's okay, they know me here. Other people are only aspects of our own greater being. That knowledge, which stops at what it does not know, is the highest knowledge. Hats have power. Hats can change you into someone else. The space under the sky is occupied by all things in their unity. A clever person solves a problem. A wise person avoids it. Your time is way too valuable to be wasting on people that can't accept who you are. We live only now. Everything else is either past or is unknown. In warfare, there are no constant conditions. He who can modify his tactics in relation to his opponent will succeed and win. Verily, God does not reward man for what he does, but for what he is. Life is not measured by what you have. It's measured by what you give. We cannot do everything at once, but we can do something at once. A man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. Things joined by profit, when pressed by misfortune and danger, will cast each other aside. The mind is its own place, and in itself can make a heaven of hell, a hell of heaven. We don't have to defeat any individual but our own self. If freedom is short of weapons, we must compensate with willpower. It is only after the deepest darkness that the greatest joy can come. The penalty for procrastination is the loss of hopes and dreams. Once you bid farewell to discipline, you say goodbye to success. I was never aware of any other option but to question everything. The right way to go easy is to forget the right way. We reveal most about ourselves when we speak about others. Life shrinks or expands in proportion to one's courage. Don't chase. Elevate your game and be someone worth chasing after. I speak to everyone in the same way, whether he is the garbage man or the president of the university. After all, if you run far enough, no one can catch you. Karma is given, not to those who ask, but to those who ask of nothing. I don't want to end up simply having visited this world. Nothing isn't better or worse than anything. Nothing is just nothing. Before you find your soulmate, you must first discover your soul. You often meet your fate on the road you take to avoid it. Don't be afraid of failure. This is the way to succeed. Create your own miracles. Do what you think you cannot do. When you know what you want, and you want it bad enough, you'll find a way to get it. The flame that burns twice as bright burns half as long. To become a lifelong reader, one has to do a lot of varied and interesting reading. When inequality takes root, a garden of problems flourishes. Life doesn't require ideals. It requires standards of action. If my life is going to mean anything, I have to live it myself. There are two ways to live. You can live as if nothing is a miracle. You can live as if everything is a miracle. If you dare nothing, then when the day is over, nothing is all you will have gained. Keep your dreams. You never know when you might need them. It takes courage to grow up and become who you really are. You like me not because I like you. I like you just because I like me. Success, for most people, requires unlearning as much as learning. If you have the guts to be yourself, other people will pay your price. Education is not preparation for life. Education is life itself. Forget injuries. Never forget kindnesses. The world changes. We do not. Therein lies the irony that kills us. Everything changes in my life, and the world stays the same. When the enemy is relaxed, make them toil. When full, starve them. When settled, make them move. It does not matter how long you live, but how well you do it. If you wish to be out front, then act as if you were behind. Don't worry about being effective. Just concentrate on being faithful to the truth. Never curse a fall. The ground is where humility lives. In the end, it will all work out okay. The end isn't final if we're not okay with it. The only way you can know where the line is if you cross it. It is during our darkest moments that we must focus to see the light. Don't let anyone ever make you feel like you don't deserve what you want. But if a villain can be made, then they can be unmade. Nothing is permanent in this wicked world, not even our troubles. In my deepest wound, I saw your glory, and it dazzled me. What is important is not what you hear said, it's what you observe. Never say anything about yourself you don't want to come true. A petty thief is put in jail. A great brigand becomes a ruler of a nation. If you don't build your own dream, someone will hire you to build theirs. What keeps life fascinating is the constant creativity of the soul. I have never known any distress that an hour's reading did not relieve. Take care of your body. Remember, health is another form of wealth. People are the most difficult thing in the world to change. If you don't like the road you're walking, start paving another one. It would be so nice if something made sense for a change. When you treat your failures as lessons, you can never fail. But man's duty is to try and endeavor. Success depends upon chance and environments. Stand in the divine rain, and seeds of wisdom will grow in your soul. Attack is the secret of defense. Defense is the planning of an attack. You will find the key to success under the alarm clock.